The anticipation for the third installment has grown since the Avatar franchise recently returned to cinemas with the release of Avatar 2: Way of the Water. The third movie's potential plot points have been teased by director James Cameron in a series of informational nuggets and trailers. One of these pieces of information relates to the introduction of the Ash People, a race of beings that on Pandora represents a darker side of the Nassix and is said to primarily use and worship fire. While the second movie concentrated on learning about the seas and becoming adapted to the water in order to survive, the first movie concentrated on the connection to Earth through the spirit Iwa. As a result, it's anticipated that the third installment will emphasize the use of fire as a resource and a weapon, with the Ash People setting the bar for future depictions of Pandora's blue aliens. Are the Ash People the villains in Avatar 3? Both of the previous plotlines involved the native Nassix people attempting to defend their planet, Pandora, from outside incursions of human occupation. James Cameron has already hinted that he wants to flip the narrative on its head to show that there is good and bad in every race, but with the introduction of a new, and reportedly less friendly, version of the Na'vi. For the first time, the Nassix will encounter difficulties within their own race. They might even have to deal with a potential civil war over their planet's resources. This is a noteworthy development because one of the main complaints about Avatar 2 was that the plot was too similar to that of the original movie, which benefited from its novelty. The likelihood of success is increased by taking a new path because it gives the native population more depth. Are humans in Avatar 3 still the villains? The existence of other Nassix tribes with drastically different lifestyles from the main characters has already been demonstrated in the first two movies. Jake Sully had the good fortune to meet Neytiri when he first arrived in Pandora in the first film, who took him to her Amatakea clan. This is due to the fact that they were the clan residing in the home tree, which just so happened to be situated on top of the enormous wealth of resources that the humans intended to extort. However, the Amatakea people had to disperse and enlist the aid of numerous other tribes in order to fight back against their weapons and their destruction. As restitution for his treachery, Jake assumed the identity of Toruk Makto, a legendary warrior rider who bonds with the most dangerous flying beast on their planet. The other clans were inspired by this and decided to follow his example. They traveled to encounter people who were more warlike and docile than the original Amatakea, the horse clans of the plains and the Ikran of the eastern seas. The humans, with their weapons, war machines, and cunning plans, could only be defeated by them working together. The second movie also added new tribes to the world's reefs and oceans, like the dominant Metkaina clan, adding to the legend of the franchise. In the Way of Water, the antagonists are once again humans, including some well-known names. It will be interesting to see how this world is altered so that humans might even turn out to be the good guys and aid the Amatakea in their fight against the new Ash People. What are the Ash People from Avatar 3 like? On this planet, there are many different types of people. Since they are not uniform, it's possible that not all Nassix are as kind and considerate as those who have been observed thus far. As implied by their element of fire, which is frequently used to represent anger, the Ash People may be more aggressive and territorial as a result. The Ash People are thought to live in Pandora's volcanic regions and derive their power from the planet's molten biomass. They will undoubtedly have adaptations that enable them to endure in their flaming environment. Like there were in the forests and seas, there might also be some new fire-born creatures that they can use and harness. This is just one example of how Avatar: Way of the Water prepares the audience for the sequel by introducing viewers to new regions of the world. In addition to giving the characters and the people more nuance, the director is rumored to be looking into new planets and universes. There is also the possibility of bringing the Nassix people to Earth, which will likely become less hospitable for humans in the future as a result of their terrible treatment of the planet and its resources. Pandora has so far served as a place where people can live in peace with the environment, the forest spirits, and the other creatures that call it home. Pandora is a sanctuary of beauty and color. However, it's possible that the conflict with the new Ash People will result in irreparable damage. To survive and advance in their constantly changing lifetimes, it might inspire both the Amatakea and humans to explore new planets and distant locations. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and support my channel.